This is the book of Luke 21, verse 5. And as some spake of the temple, how it was adorned with the goodly stones and gifts, he said, As for these things which ye behold, the days will come in the which there shall not be left one stone upon another, that shall not be thrown down. And they asked him, saying, Master, but when shall these things be? And what sign will there be when these things shall come to pass? And he said, Take heed that ye be not deceived, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Mashiach, and the time draweth near. Go ye not therefore after them. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Harakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to you brothers through the four corners of the earth, preaching this word and also laboring in this word in true love and sincerity. May blessings fall upon the houses of the 1/3. So this is speaking of the Yahweh Shah foretelling the destruction of the temple in the city of Jerusalem. All right, that's why it says, in which the days will come in which there shall not be left one stone upon another, that shall not be thrown down. Right? So they was asking, when shall these things be? And Yahweh Shah is telling them, let's go to verse 9. It says, But when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by. And then he said unto them, Nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And great earthquakes shall be in the diverse places, and famines, and pestilences, and fearful sights, and great signs shall there be from heaven. Okay. But all these, they Salakia, before I get to that. So, all these things, as he was telling them, will have to take place, and what you see now, what's happening more and more, is what nation is rising up against nation, right? Kingdom is against kingdoms. You have massive earthquakes everywhere around the world. Okay, famines, pestilences, and fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven, which you see. Okay, you see great signs in the heavens. All right, you see the different chariot sightings that they're speaking of. You see the different lunar eclipses. You see the different blood moons. All right, you see all these different great signs up in the heavens. Okay, let's get one example. Right, I believe it's the book of, is it Acts, the first chapter? Okay, we'll get the one in Joel 2, verse 30. And it says, I'll start at 28. It says, And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Your old men shall dream dreams, and your young men shall see visions. And also upon the servants and upon the handmaids in those days will I pour out my spirit, and I will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. And the sun shall be turned into darkness, and the moon into blood, for the great and terrible day of the Lord. Okay, so those are among the great signs up in the heavens. Okay, and what does that blood moon represent? For the great and terrible day of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay, so let's go back to Luke. Book of Luke 21. Right? We're at Luke 21, verse. Let's see. Verse 12. So it says, But before all these, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues and into prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake. So these things must be. Okay, you have to understand that these things must be. This is a part of the truth that we that our apostles and elders have been telling us about, and I'll say even for myself, since I've been in this thing, which has only been a few years. Okay, they've been telling us, they've been giving us the whole roll. Okay, they've been giving us the sweet and the bitter. Okay, since I first joined, the house of David. Okay, the body of great millstone. Okay, so from the beginning, I was already counting the cost because they was giving it to me. They was giving us the scriptures or giving it to me. I was taking it in raw as they was giving it to me. Okay, they told us about the persecution was going to come and that we will be hated. We will be hated by the world. We will be hated for the name and the word of Yahweh Shem Shai. Why? Because it's already written, and it must be. Okay, and I'm gonna keep harping on that, and it must be. Okay, this is a part of the truth. This is a part of the walk. Okay, being hated. All right. So verse 3:12 again, it says, "But before all these things, they shall lay their hands on you, and what? And persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues and into prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake." And right now, the Hebrew Israelites, we are being persecuted on another level, through the witchcraft, the left-hand side of Esau Edom. Okay, but it must be. Okay, because the scriptures speak of us being persecuted. Let's go to Matthew 5, verse 10. What does it say? "Blessed are the children which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely." Right? This is what we have to understand, because these things that are happening are what this evil that's being spoken of us is against us falsely for His sake. Okay, how they're trying to tie us in with all these different false flag, fake terrorist attacks. Right? They're trying to use that just so they can have the people on their side to come and attack us. And this is what Esau does because he's a big child, man. All right, he's a big child. When he gets called out for his wickedness and the things that he had done all across the earth, right, and how his lies and his strongholds are being broken down, this is what he has to resort to. Okay, and that's being a spiritual people and not carnal. He has to do it in this way, because we're not picking up arms and doing military campaigns. To fight back. No, we got the word. Our defense is the word of the Lord. Okay, our offense and our defense is the word of the Lord. You see, this is our weapon. This is all we need. Okay, and Esau can't take that. You see, so persecution must be. It must come, and it will come. All right. So, we have to gird up our loins, brother. Hey, and Aquaf out there. All right, we got to gird up our loins. So, verse 16 again, it says, "And ye shall be betrayed." Hold on, Salakia. It says, "But before all these things," verse 12 again, Luke 21, verse 12. But before all these, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues and into prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake, and it shall turn unto you for a testimony. Settle it therefore in your hearts not to meditate before what you should answer. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. And ye shall be betrayed both by parents and brethren and kinfolks and friends, and some of you shall they cause to be put to death. Okay? It must be. All right, so some of us is going to become martyrs. Okay, some of us is going to be given up by our parents, by our women, by our children, by different people that you thought was your friends, family members. Okay, it's already written. So what? It must be. It will come to pass. All right. I'll read it again. Luke 12, verse 16, it says, and ye shall be betrayed both by parents and brethren and kinfolks and friends, and some of you shall they cause, right, to be put to death. Okay? And ye should be hated of all men for my name's sake. You see that? But there shall not a hair of your head perish, and your patience possess your soul. So this is what you must believe. You have to have faith in that. All right. But on the harp on verse 17, it says, and you should be hated for all men for my name's sake. Right? Now, didn't Yahweh Shai say this? If the world hates you, let me see. It's in John. Let me see. Yep, here we go. John 15, verse 17. These things I command you, that ye love one another. If the world hate you, know that it hated me before it hated you. If ye were of the world would love his own. So, hey, the servant is not greater than his master. Okay, so the world truly hates Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Okay, so they hate us as well. Why? Because we come in that same energy. All right, we come in that same vibration. We come in that same state. Okay, we come in the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Okay. So it says, if the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. If you were of the world would love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. Okay, so since we were chosen out of the world, right? The world hates you for that reason. Okay, that you have separated yourself from the ways of this world, that you have separated yourself from the people of this world and the things and the ideas of this world. Okay, people notice that. All right, people notice a difference in how you may carry yourself or how you may speak. You know, how you might not elaborate on much folly is that they elaborate on. Okay, that you won't partake in the different festivities and your heart is not into it, right? As they are into it. People notice these things and they truly hate that. You know? Well, guess what? We are not of this world. All right? Verse 20, it says, remember the word, Verse 20, remember the word that I have said unto you, the servant is not greater than the Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also. But all these things will they do unto you for my name's sake, because they know not him that sent me. Okay? So you see it right there. Okay? It must be. Persecution must be. Okay? We will be persecuted for righteousness' sake. We will be persecuted for the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Okay? It must be. It's already written. Okay? It's already written. So persecution is going to come. You know, but we just got to stand fast and continue to fight the good fight of faith. Okay? Hey, so with that, you know, Lord willing, was edifying. And until next time, I want to say shalom.